Hey there, I'm Gail Gallagher. I'm a singer, songwriter, composer, and teacher based in Chicago, and this is my Patreon. And this is my cat keyboard. Meow, 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 meow. Playing sideways is hard. Anyway, I am just beginning my Patreon journey, and I am so excited to start building this community of amazing folks who support my work. My plan for my Patreon is I will share all of the things that go into my songwriting process, any lessons I learn about songwriting as I'm writing, because I'm also a teacher. I'm incredibly meta, and I am so excited to start to build a really cool community around my music. So I'm really excited to have you along for the ride. I have a lot of plans for 2021. The big thing that's coming up is in February. I'm doing February Album Writing Month, which is my favorite thing. It is an annual songwriting challenge hosted on fawm.org. And I write 14 songs in 28 days and meet a bunch of new songwriter friends. And it's just always a good time full of cool discoveries. And I want my Patreon to be a place where I share some of those discoveries. So I'll do blogs that are exclusive to Patreon. I'll do posts of demos, maybe do a Patreon specific concert, all sorts of good stuff. Then moving forward from there in March and onward, I'm going to start working on the script for my solo show. I'm developing my album Power of the Unnamed Passion into a one-woman show that I'm hoping to tour once we can do tours again. And my dream is to combine performances with workshops in songwriting or performance, and basically hit up a town for a week, teach a workshop, have my students perform at the end of that workshop, and then I do a show. I was involved with stuff like that in college as a student, and it was just incredibly cool, and I want to be one of those performers that like travels around and builds community. So this Patreon is going to be a huge part of setting myself up to be able to make that happen. My Patreon is set up so that you can support at whatever level you want, whatever level you're comfortable with. I start at $3 a month and it goes up to $40 a month. At any of the levels, you have access to the Patreon exclusive feed, any early releases, early access to any releases I'm putting out, other stuff. There will be merch eventually. That's not a now project, but there will be merch. One thing I want to highlight is that at the $10 level, you get access to the Google folder of secrets, which is a drive folder full of demos from the past 10 years. Everything from the first song I wrote in college to songs I wrote last year, stuff on the more serious piano ballad side and stuff on the more experimental cat keyboard side. I do both. And I have little explanations about all of the songs and what year they were written and sort of what was going through my head. So it was really fun to put it together. So that is a benefit I wanted to highlight. There's other stuff listed, and again, things might shift and change over time, especially as we go into going out into the world again. At whatever level you support, you are going to be a huge part of my team, and I am so excited to have you along for the journey. There's something wonderful about when a song first reaches an audience and I get to get that feedback, find out what works, and see where it resonates. So having a community of people on hand who I know resonate with my music to present things to, I think is going to be so cool. So anyway, take a look around, support if you can, and I would love to have you along for the journey.